Before Idols took South Africa by storm, introducing stars such as Shekinah and Amanda Black, we had Pop Stars, an international reality television franchise aimed to find new singing talent. Locals were tuned into their TVs to witness thousands of people standing in line for hours on end just to get their chance in auditioning in front of judges Carl Anderson, Sivan Pillay, Nkensani Mangani, and Ed Jordan. The judges would then have to turn up at the homes of those who had made it and those who didn't to give the good news or the bad. The first episode in the first season of Pop Stars premiered on SABC3 on the 10th of July 2002. The first winners of the installment consisted of 5 teenagers: Aaron Sampson, Kurt Herman, Pam Andrews, Preston Shilangu, and Ntumiseng Mokasipe, who formed the group 101. They were signed to EMI and released their self-titled debut album, consisting of their hit single, Who's It Gonna Be? Who's it gonna be next time? Do you really think I can't tell time? Stop hiding, not fighting. I won't be crying over you. I ain't gonna wait for you to show up. Wait long enough for you to grow up. So who's it gonna be? I don't think it's gonna be me. Their second lead single, The Goodbye Song, was played on heavy rotation on local radio. Their album was nominated for a SAMA award and went on to sell in excess of 30,000 records. Whilst working on their sophomore album, which would never see the light of day, Pam Andrews announced her departure, stating that she had her eyes set on becoming a TV presenter. With the lack of music following their debut album, Kurt Herman became a backup vocalist and performance coach on several seasons of Idols South Africa. He founded Blueberry Entertainment, offering a variety of recording and music production services. In 2007, Aaron Sampson played the role of Sandy in the TV drama For Sale and served as a judge of the music reality competition Pump the Volume. She is currently a married mother of 2 and regularly performs at events. Ntumiseng did backup vocals for KB and released her self-titled debut album, which was produced by the genius twin brother duo Revolution. Pam Andrews ventured into acting, and her breakout role was on the long-running ETV soapie Backstage in the year 2000, followed by Chisa in 2006 and Rhythm City in 2008. Preston Shilangu ventured into a solo career after signing to 999 Music, boasting 4 studio albums. Press released a number of hit singles and utilized his production skills together with Black Coffee for the hit single Crazy featuring Tiwe. He performed around the world, opening for global superstars such as Usher and Alicia Keys. Preston has had his own fair share of bad news coverage in the media in recent years for accusations of not paying child support, as well as allegedly marrying another woman without divorcing his first wife. His most famous single to date, Cry No More, was a favorite on local radio stations.
He's a lying, cheating, he don't deserve you. You belong right here with me.
Rewinding back to the show, in 2003, the show returned and premiered on SABC1 on the 2nd of July. The top 5 this season were quite different from the first. The main aim for that year was to make an urban record with kwaito, dance, and R&B influences. The winners consisted of Karabo Motlabi, Thembisile Ntaka, who was a grade 11 learner and had taken on house cleaning to support her family, Refilwe Mota, who had already done backing vocals for Doc Sheveleza and Ishmael, Letang Tlome and Itumeleng Khosana, who both had then just graduated from the National School of Arts. The prize for the top 5 included a recording deal with EMI's local label, CCP Records, a personalized bracelet by Orfeo Jewelers, all amounting to 20,000 rands, RJL clothing vouchers, plus a brand new Mazda 6 car each. They released their debut album, Sesifikile, with the title track becoming a hit, resulting in the group scooping a South African Music Award for Best Newcomer. Their follow-up single, Niyazi Sola, showed a more musical side to the group in which they all showcased their vocals by harmonizing throughout the chorus and the hook of the song. Adila happened to be the most promising group throughout the franchise, as their body of work for Sesifikile resonated with the music that was popular at the time, such as Mafikizolo's Kwela, Malaika's self-titled debut, and KB's Rock Lefatshe. Their sophomore album, Zibondiwe, was released in 2006. The first single, Siyajaiva Manje, proved to be a bad choice in promoting the album as it seemed quite out of touch with the music at the time. I believe the album cut, Love, would have been a much better option for a single, as the popular music at the time would have complemented the song and thus popularized their album, which had unfortunately flopped. Following the underperformance of their album, the group got dropped from their label and therefore disbanded. Thembi became the most successful member right off the bat, as she released her first solo album in 2004 when she was signed by EMI and has since started her own production company. After the fall of Adila, Letang confessed to falling into depression.
Now, how do you go out there and face the world and say, I am that Letang from Popstars?
Yeah.
There was a lot of shame that came with that, because now I was looked at, shame, she had fallen from glory.
Yeah.
So what now? You know, and which led to my depression, and because throughout I've been trying to come back into the music scene and to be recognized. But for some reason, things weren't working out.
Letang is now a traditional healer and is currently focusing on her solo music career. Karabo Motlabi has somewhat remained in the entertainment industry by doing gigs as an MC, radio hosting, and voiceovers. She is also involved in event planning. It isn't clear what Itumeleng is up to now, but there has been no word of him in the music industry since Adila. Refilwe did not have much of a solo career after Adila, and met her untimely death in July of 2016.
It's Coca-Cola, pop stars time again.
In 2004, SABC1 had announced that Popstars will premiere on the channel at 8:30 p.m. on the 2nd of July. This season focused to produce two groups that consisted of 5 girls and 5 guys as contenders for not only the crowning title, but also for a chance to record a remix to Jamilia's hit song, Superstar, with the singer herself. Andy the Admiral Casrills, Azania Musaka, and Zwei Bala, who was a musical director, served as judges for that year. Though this time, the public, not the judges, had the final vote on which of the two groups would be crowned winner of Popstars. Even though Jamali had performed the better songs that boasted their vocal abilities, 56.9% of the votes in the finale were in Ghetto Lingo's favor. The guys were crowned winners of the third installment of the show. The two groups released their debut albums, Pump It Up and Butterflies, in September 2004, with the latter certified goals for sales in excess of 25,000 units. This came as no surprise, as their debut single, Love Me For Me, written by Diane Warren, was on rotation on our local radio stations and music channels. In 2006, both groups released their second albums. To fans' surprise, Ghetto Lingo were now a trio after Bjorn left the group. Whilst Ghetto Lingo's album 2006 was a commercial flop, Jamali's Yours Fatally was nominated for 3 awards at the South African Music Awards. After an unsuccessful run, Ghetto Lingo later disbanded and were dropped by CCP Records. A peculiar turn of events since they were the winners of the competition. Jamali, on the other hand, released 2 more albums, Third Base and Toxic Candy. Third Base gave Jamali the honor, by winning the SAMA for Best Pop Album in 2009 before their disbandment in 2019.
Do you want to know who wins it? The MTN SAMA goes to...
I can't read. You got to read it for me.
I can't read it either.
We play rock music. Jamali for third base.
Good evening, everybody. Finally, this is our first SAMA award ever.
After a successful era, Jamali ventured into their solo careers. Lizzo has since had opportunities working with various artists such as Benjamin Dube. Her most notable feat was on Tear Gas and DJ Tira's Party 101. Jackie released a solo album and has since started a company that supplies musical instruments to marching bands. She still continues to travel and writes music. Mary Sean has released several EPs and currently serves as a vocal coach on Idol South Africa. She has collaborated with various artists and DJs, such as DJ Maphorisa and Kabza De Small. One of her most popular feats was Moby Dixon's When House Was House. Following the release of their second album, the trio of Ghetto Lingo allegedly had an argument with workers at a Blomhof restaurant who would not let them in because the facility was closed. The stars allegedly started destroying property and goods. They were also accused of assaulting a petrol attendant nearby. They appeared in the Blomhof court, charged with resisting arrest, damage to property, and assault. Philemon has since gotten married and started working for a cable installation company. According to Daily Sun, Sbusiso, aka King Pablo, slipped into a drug addiction to help with the derail of Ghetto Lingo. From 2013 to 2017, he had lost his property, 4 cars, as well as 2 motorbikes to feed his drug addiction. He has since recovered, got into short filmmaking with Mzansi Magic, and plans on releasing an album. Martin Piqué became a presenter for a few television shows, as well as an actor in recurring roles in Seven Delan and Backstage. He has since also released several albums in the gospel genre. In 2009, Bjorn went on to try his luck on Idol South Africa and made it into the top 12 as a finalist. This was a means to an end to give exposure to his then upcoming album. Speaking to Sunday Times, Bjorn stated, "I think that we were all young and immature at the time Ghetto Lingo was formed. We clashed a lot and could not find a compromise. I wanted to do things differently, and besides, the type of music they were making was not what I was into." He continued using his talents in theatre and was granted the opportunity to star in the Lion King play. Soon after the 4th installment of the show, Popstars was canned and was replaced by Idols as the #1 singing competition in the country. The franchise tried to make a comeback in 2010 but did not generate the audience it had aimed, thus making it hard for then winners, Nevida, to launch a career. Even though we all miss Popstars, it is safe to say that the competition no longer produced stars like they did, as people drew their attention to the globally popularized idols. But what made Popstars even more exciting to watch was that we got to see what it took to be a real pop star, providing a home where finalists were secluded from the public to focus on intense stardom training by doing aerobics and boosting their stamina, dancing, vocal training, and learning how to answer questions like a pop star through mock press conferences. Lastly, a bonus takeaway of the show was that it evoked emotions by giving us an insight on where the finalists are from, how they got to where they are, and how we can vote to turn their dreams into reality. The groups may have disbanded, but we appreciate the timeless hits and memories each group has gifted us.